Much of the world has been enjoying the pocket rocket Toyota GR Yaris. Sadly, here in North America, Toyota's left us outside looking in. Still, hope lingers. A factory-tuned hot hatchback Corolla could be in the works, and today we'll cover everything we know about the highly anticipated GR Corolla. In order to understand the GR Corolla, we need to take a step back to discover its beginnings and really where its soul is coming from. In the late 80s, the Celica GT4 was born for the World Rally Championship. This introduced the first ever Toyota Sports all-wheel drive system, which was mated to the potent 3S GTE turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. And after 3 generations of the amazing Celica GT4, it was actually replaced by a World Rally car Corolla in 1997. And that car was then retired in the year 2000, just 3 years after its introduction. And at the turn of the millennia, Toyota had shut its doors to the World Rally Championship. However, nearly 2 decades later, Toyota jumped back into the WRC with a Yaris. In 2018, the Yaris captured the Manufacturers' Championship for the first time in 19 years. Then in 2019, Toyota went on to take both the WRC Drivers and Co-Drivers Championships. In order for those championship wins to count, Toyota was required to build homologation models in excess of 25,000 or more during a 12-month production run. And this car, none other, was the GR Yaris, which went on sale late last year in 2020. And guys, if you're excited for the GR Corolla, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, as I will cover the story in detail as it develops over the coming months and possibly years. So the GR Yaris is produced at Toyota's Motomachi plant in a new partition called the GR Factory. It is a melding of the GAC and the smaller GAB platforms. Underneath the hood is a brand new cutting edge engine, the G16E GTS. This tiny 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder can pump out as much as 268 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Mated to the only transmission available with that turbocharged 3-cylinder is a 6-speed manual. It has permanent all-wheel drive with a rear-wheel drive bias, and it has optional torque vectoring differentials made by Torsen at each axle, and this can get the GRs to zip to 60 miles an hour in around 5 seconds. Top speed is a reported 143 miles an hour. Okay, now that we've got the history and the soul and the DNA of the GR Corolla set, we can dive into what Toyota has been saying about it. Back in January, so a year ago January 30th, 2020, Toyota USA tweets, "Does the North American market need another hot hatch? Let us know what you think," as they retweet Jalopnik's picture of the GR Yaris. Fast forward to May 7th, 2020, again Toyota USA. While GR Yaris isn't hitting the States, perhaps it's time the US got a hot hatch to call its own. Join the GR family and never miss an update. Well, that leads us to this. Their own webpage dedicated to a hot hatch coming to America. If that's not confirmation that some sort of hot hatch, I'm going to say it's the Corolla because we don't get the Yaris here anymore. But it is confirmation that we're going to get something really juicy from Toyota. What do they have to say as we scroll down? While the GR Yaris isn't come to the US, perhaps it's time the US got a hot hatch to call its own, just like that tweet said. Are you with us? And then this is where you can sign up for newsletters and updates on a potential hot hatch or the hot hatch coming to the United States. Now, what's interesting about this page is that there's nothing about dates on it, other than, the GR Yaris was announced at last year's Tokyo Auto Salon. This year's is close. There hasn't been any major introductions. I heard that the upcoming GT86 or the GR86 or just whatever, the Toyota 86, whatever they decide to call it, was supposed to be debuted at this year's Tokyo Auto Salon, but since everything is digitalized, they decided to not do it there. So we're still waiting on the 86 development or the second gen 86 to be announced. Strangely, at the top of this page, 2021 Toyota hot hatch. Amazing it would be, and as much as we would love it, I don't think we're going to get it this year, but I got a feeling that we'll get an announcement this year. And then the most recent developments on it coming from Autocar out of Britain, or UK I should say, Toyota GR Corolla to avoid electrification push. This is following the steps of the Civic Type R. We heard rumors that that was going to be electrified with electric motors in the rear to give it all-wheel drive. What Autocar is hearing is that the GR Corolla will get the exact same powertrain as the GR Yaris, which perfectly fine by me. I don't need electrification in my manual transmission vehicle. Now, sadly, one of the first things they say is that It is unlikely to be launched until 2023. That is too far in my opinion. If the GR Yaris launched in 2020, you're telling me that a vehicle that shares pretty much everything with that vehicle in terms of powertrains, transmissions, etc., even the all-wheel drive system would be nearly identical because they share half of the same platform anyways, the GAC platform. You're telling me it would take 3 years for them to make a GR Corolla when all the parts of it exist, essentially? That doesn't make any sense to me. It is possible that it could be that late. But the fact that the Toyota's own website is saying 2021, if they bring it out in 2023, the ship has sailed in my opinion. Bring it out as soon as possible. Late 2021 would be ideal, but 2022, anytime in that year, would be satisfactory. Later than that, it's better late than never, I guess, but I'm sure you guys would lose interest in about 3 years of hype of this vehicle. And guys, make sure to grab your snacks and drinks if you haven't already. We're heading over to the spreadsheet. It's spreadsheet time. We're going to compare all the most similar vehicles in my opinion. I'm probably missing a couple here, but this is the lineup I have set to take on the GR Corolla / the GR Yaris. Even though the Yaris is not here in America, won't be coming here, but the Corolla will carry its soul. Same engine, 1.6 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, up to 268 horsepower. I know it's a little bit lower for other markets, and it's only available with that 268 horsepower in the highest performance trim in Japan. Up to 273 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60, 5 seconds. That's pretty darn fast in a manual transmission car. Now, what do I have here? We don't know if this is going to be front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. I say they bring both. You bring a front-wheel drive entry-level model starting around $30,000 US, and then you give us the full fat, the full juicy all-wheel drive system starting at $37K, and then if you wanted to have those optional Torsen limited slip differentials, maybe that's $40K plus. That would be ideal to have full gamut, the full adoption of this amazing engine, this new platform and vehicle. Give it a front-wheel drive version like the current Corolla, and you give it the all-wheel drive version and availability like the GR Yaris. Give the buyer the choice, and I think it would increase its sales and just increase the popularity and the legend that this vehicle would be. All the other competitors up here, Civic Type R is unlikely to change too much. We know it's going to keep the 2-liter Turbo 4. I don't see the horsepower going up or torque going up that much. What's crazy is that the GR Yaris smokes this thing in short acceleration runs. All-wheel drive just leaves it in the dust, and it's a lighter car as well. I don't expect the GR Corolla to be quite as light. I don't expect it to incorporate the carbon fiber roof or anything like that. But yeah, I would expect a GR Corolla to still be in the low 5s in all-wheel drive trim, being able to slightly narrow out the Civic Type R. Hyundai Veloster in, looks like that's going to stick with front-wheel drive for a while. That starts at $32K. Good power, good acceleration. In the manual trim, I didn't include any automatics unless they don't have manual transmission, such as the Mazda 3 Turbo, only available in all-wheel drive as well as automatic transmission. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to review a sedan version of the Mazda 3 Turbo in the coming weeks. This car starts at around $30K, and then if you wanted to put on the aggressive wings and splitters, it's going to definitely cost you a little bit more, maybe $33, $34K. Volkswagen GTI, this is one of the best deals in this segment. There's not a lot of competitors, but this looks to be one of the best deals out there. Of course, front-wheel drive only. 0 to 60 under 6 seconds with, of course, a turbocharged 4-cylinder. Really, the only odd one out here would be the GR Corolla and Yaris with its turbocharged tiny 3-cylinder. And then lastly, the Volkswagen Golf R, which could potentially be a direct competitor to a GR Corolla. This vehicle isn't in production right now. We're going to be getting it for the 2022 model year. The last time we saw it was a 2019 model year, so it's been out of production a couple of years. But we're expecting over 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque over that. 0 to 60 under 5 seconds potentially. All-wheel drive standard, of course. And you'd be able to get a dual clutch transmission, I believe, on this as well, which is going to increase or decrease the 0 to 60 time, but increase acceleration. And $44K for starters. So this would be the most expensive option, but potentially the most performance-minded option. So guys, what would you have out of this list? Let's say in 2022, all these cars are available at the numbers I have here, the prices I have here. What would you pick? Would you lean on more towards a front-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive GR Corolla? Obviously, we would all want the all-wheel drive, but price is a thing, right? So keep that in mind. I'll see you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I really don't have anything else other to say about the GR Corolla. We know what would be underneath the hood. We know it would have a 6-speed manual. We know it's capable of the GR Yaris all-wheel drive system. We know what the GR Yaris costs in other markets, so it's really hard to convert that to the United States market. I think these prices should be very, very close. Guys, I'll see you in the comments. If you haven't smashed the like button, do that. I'll see you in the next video. Lots of car reviews coming, so stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.